Hello and welcome back to a special edition of Idle Kingdom Defense. So today I was hanging out in the Discord and somebody was asking about runes and stating we didn't have a really good rune guide. And since I've actually changed my opinion on how to do runes recently and I haven't done runes on my alt account, I figured this would be a great time to let's go into runes a little bit using my alternate account here. So first, we're going to start with Sofia. Sofia is generally who you want to rune first, and there's plenty of reasons for that, but the biggest one is that she just has the worst leveling growth at all. So the only way you're going to get good leveling growth from Sofia is by working on her runes. Again, so with runes, other than attack, you don't need to really worry about anything other than you need to do it until it unlocks the next progression point. So in this case, we need to get this to a minimum of 6. And the attack rune we will get to +9, and I will go into that a little more later. Actually, I'll go into it when I hit +9, but first we have to actually, that has to happen. So this is, and this is not an unusual problem to have, issues with runes like this. And we're also going to do how you would do a character other than Sofia. We might as well do that too. Because there are some differences between how you would approach Sofia versus any other character, which any other character you're going to be ruining just to increase their damage. And so, okay. Okay, we did get to 6. That's all we need for that because now we've unlocked the next path. And then again, it's same for defense penetration. This does not help Sofia heal. Therefore, we're not worried about improving it for Sofia. Crit, unfortunately crit, because of the way Tristan's buff, Luke's buff, and Daniel's buff works, nobody should really not be critting all of the time. Okay, so now you can see we still have this at +7. We are going to go to +9. That does mean we're going to have to summon a few more pieces here, so let's get those pieces rolling. Okay, +8. And I have given contradictory information out on this before, and I'll kind of explain why once we get to +9, why you generally don't want to go past +9 anymore. Wow, this game is... but you can expect a lot of this. This is a great example of what I really dislike about the rune system. I feel like there should be... Okay, we got the step 3 open. That's great. And this is, and you can really see the extra crit piling up because we're not going to push her. Okay, we got it to +9. Now, once it is +9, feel free to refine it. You just want A. A is great. You don't want to go to +12. This is a mistake that I made trying to get everything to +12. And here's kind of the reason originally I was doing that. Originally, I was going to +12 because Sofia, her healing was what mattered. When we got attacked by the enemy, it wasn't, if you go back to my old videos pre-Mythic, when I was really focusing heavily on Sofia, it was all about making sure that Sofia healed enough to protect the castle. Now, between Sky Castle 3, between the enemies just don't hit nearly as hard, Sofia's Mythic improvements, because I Mythic Sofia got extra ticks, etc., etc. When you combine all those things together, Sofia is, you don't need to pump Sofia as hard anymore. And plus, the issue that I have now is my other characters don't do enough DPS. So now let's turn the tables and let's rune a DPS hero. And the hero you should rune is going to be Christian. Because of Christian's AoE status, he is one of the best heroes to rune. So, and we're going to go into how you should rune Christian and why you would approach runing him in this fashion. So again, it's going to be the same focus to begin with. You need to get, in this case, we need to get both of these to plus 10 because this is crit dam. Sorry, plus 9, plus 9. Never plus 10 until you're much higher in the system. But we need to get this to plus 9 and this to plus 9. So we will need more runes to accomplish that. And do expect, if you're working on more than one heroes, that you're not going to be pushing as high as you can summon. You're going to be back here at the lower level runes, periodically catching them up. There will be times when you can't move forward, and well, I'm not going to really cover that here because I don't think we're going to get to that point. Okay, let's do some enhancing here. Perfect. And now, on the stage that my character's on, Austin isn't really viable right now. If Austin is viable for you, you would follow a similar-ish pattern for Austin. I'm kind of, in this case, I'm kind of intentionally focusing on Christian a little bit early. And I'll go into what I mean by that in a moment. Let's just see. I want to get... No, we're not dismantling. Oh, goodness. Yeah, and this is one of the things I dislike about the rune system, is that it can get... There we go. Okay. So now, as a DPS, you want to refine the attack for sure, and let's get it up to A, like we got the other one. Okay, we got it to S. It is unfortunate when it's only plus 9 and you get to S like that, but just take it. Just take it. And there we go. We got this to A. So now, in terms of defense penetration, you just need to get that to plus 6 to move forward. You don't need more, and you don't need to refine defense penetration. And for crit, again, this only needs to get to plus 6 because we just need to unlock the next rune. Eventually it'll get there. And this is what I mean. This is why you don't go to higher than plus 9, because you're going to end up spending so many runes trying to get this to plus 12. It gets a little ridiculous. Okay. So now you want to still push Sofia first. So in my case, I wanted to show you how you would rune Christian, so you would focus on crit damage and attack. And again, you would just get this to plus 6, this to plus 9, this to plus 9, and continue down the path. Eventually, you will have to switch to getting to plus 7 and plus 8, but you will never have to get higher than plus 9. All right, now let me switch back to Sofia, because she's really who we should be runing first, and I'll show you how I approach runing with Sofia. So let's get this. We need to get this up to plus 6. That crit damage there, that's a 4-star, you can skip that entirely because there is, for Sofia, again, we're not worried about her damage. There's no path off of this. You don't need to do anything with it. We can go, oh, okay. Okay, now we have hit the limits of our runes. Let's go back to summon. I don't know that we have unlocked. Stage 3 is just that. Okay. Now in this case, because we're only going to plus 9, we haven't spent enough of our rune seals to unlock. Wow, we need to get to common 5. So Sofia is actually, at this point, she's done until we can summon common 5. You don't want to be in step 3 trying to summon common 5. It just doesn't work out. Instead, just go back to another hero. In this case, we're going to go back to Christian. Come down here. And okay, let's see. We need to get his accuracy up, so we'll get that up to plus 6. Okay, and we have 1 crit dam, which fails. And what can we summon here? So we're kind of in the same pickle even with Austin at this stage in the game. So let's pick out another hero. I'm sorry, Christian. So at this point, we would actually switch to Austin. Because again, you want to summon And again, this isn't really helpful for my alt account, but this is an example of how this is actually a great example of what to do when you're bottlenecked by the rune system, because you will get bottlenecked, and it's how you handle those bottlenecks that's going to define how efficient you are with your runes. So in this case, we're just going to go to Austin, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get him to +9/+9 for the first 2 tiers. And if we get Austin to +9/+9 and we still haven't unlocked what we need to, we're just going to switch to another hero. You know, we have a whole bunch of heroes we can enhance. And clearly Austin's kind of a problem. We aren't really going to be able to get too much further than this. But really, in your more developed game, again, you have to remember my character. He is on stage 3500. So Austin, while Austin could be viable, I could probably replace Harold with him pretty easily. I haven't done it yet. I'm still working on Brian, actually. Austin would probably be a project after Brian, and again, I don't know how much Austin really would add at this stage, because he really does need gear, and you need like Legendary 3 or higher gear, which unfortunately my alt account cannot access at stage 3500. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it was pretty optimistic. Alright, let's see. And after Austin, we'll switch to another hero, because I'm not going to, like, there we go. Okay. So, and again, it would follow the same thing. Then we just need to get, you know what, we're going to promote Austin. It's 160. I think I'll live. So we're going to get this up to +6. And again, this is just how you kind of would go about things. What you don't want to do is summon runes that don't matter. You know, for example, so you wouldn't want to summon a bunch of 2-star runes unless you absolutely had to, because you needed them to, like, unlock the next thing. Alright, we're going to probably have to promote Austin again. We'll promote him a little bit, because apparently we need a little bit more. Just so we can see more, and again, this isn't like it's a huge problem. Okay, we got him up to 4-star common, which should be enough to kind of see more of the rune system. I don't anticipate us going much further than this. And again, we come down here, do the accuracy next. Okay, so you're hopefully getting the idea a little bit. Let's see, how much do we need to unlock tier 4? Oh, we're quite a ways away. Alright, let's see. I might have to, like, pause the video. We'll see here. I generally haven't been runing on my alt account, not because I don't want to rune. It just is, it's not really time intensive. I just didn't need it. But that also makes it great for this example. Okay, so I think it's Hildy's turn. And again, you can see that at a bare minimum level, I simply haven't really been engaging with the rune system at all. And again, it's mostly because at stage 3500, it's not really needed at all in any stretch of the word. But now we're gonna do Hildy, because again, we're trying to follow our pattern, right? We started with Sofia, we got her as far as we could. Christian, we got him as far as we could. We did some on Austin, but we still haven't advanced the step far enough to continue more with Sofia. So we're gonna continue to spread the runes around. And again, at this stage of what we can summon, the only rune we really want to be summoning are these two. We don't care about defense penetration and crit. We don't care about accuracy. And when we finally get to step 4, that's when things will change, and we'll go into that. So again, we're just going to come in here. You know, honestly, it makes more sense for me to just do this, because we are not going to advance this until we get to step 4. So I'm just going to summon until we unlock step 4. So when you're in the very beginnings of the rune system, like I am, you are not going to be. Don't worry about really summoning anything beyond step 1 unless you specifically need a rune in step 1 or step 2 to get to +6 to advance somebody. And again, I would argue that, like, especially with the double the cost of step 2 and triple the cost of step 3, you might actually be better spamming step 1. Because as you can see, just spamming step 1 here, we are getting a lot of the runes for step 2 and step 3. And again, and especially in the start of the game, it goes up 25 rune seals each step. Especially at the start of this system, you might be better off just spamming step 1. It doesn't. Now, of course, it won't scale this way later. It really won't. But we're just gonna do this now to get to step 4, because we cannot summon step 4 runes from where we are now. Come on. Come on. Yeah, at least I have a ton of rune seals. Now again, I only have so many rune seals because, number one, I haven't been using this system clearly, but number two is it's because we're doing the step 1 summons. As soon as you go to step 2, it's twice as much. The cost is twice as much. So you want to be very cautious about what step you're summoning and why. And that's why you see a lot of how I approach things in my main account. I have a very specific way of how I approach things. All right, let's see. And again, we're only going to go to step 4. Okay, so we got step 4 open now. And now this is going to dramatically increase how I deplete my runes. Again, we're still going to follow the same process, as Hildy is a damage dealer now. Now again, you would not have done this pre-Mythic, or actually pre-Sky Castle even, because warriors just didn't do damage. So why rune them, you know? Runing is all about increasing offense, so before the Sky Castle, you wouldn't even think about doing this. This would be unfathomable. And again, we're just getting to +9. That's all we want to do is get to +9. And again, if you've watched me in earlier videos, I went well beyond +9. I went to +12. And, you know, I'm going to say it again. The problem with that is to go from +9 to +12 takes so many runes, we just don't want to spend those runes. And again, I'm going to go ahead and enhance this to +6 because we're here. And this one to +6 as well. You know, technically, Sofia didn't even need to do this one. I didn't, because I didn't realize that was a deadline. It's not always as obvious. So Sofia should not have actually done this. We'll go look at Sofia in a second here. Okay, so now that we have unlocked Rune level 4, the uncommon, let's go back to Christian, because again, Sofia does not need crit damage. She does not. So we will go to... Now again, this is the first one that's really worth doing, because first off, you're only going to summon this one rune. There's only one 4-star common rune, which is crit damage, which is great. And 2, you can't get it from step 1. So, and you can see rather quickly that we are amassing a lot of them because there's only one rune to summon. And again, we'll start with Christian. Okay, we got the +7. That's good. Okay, and it's as it is, it's +9. We need to just refine it then. And again, we're looking for A or higher, because this rune really isn't maxed out, so we don't want to max out the refinement. And there we go. Mid A, that's good enough. Now the interesting thing is we haven't unlocked step 5. So now again, we need to go back to our other heroes. So we'll go to Austin. And again, if you're not using Austin yet, you can skip Austin to go to another hero. Just when you start using Austin, you would do this for him and bring him into the rotation at that point. And now we are definitely going to go through a lot more runes a lot quicker, because now it's 4 times the cost effectively for step 4. Very close. And again, because of the rune step system, there is some leeway for how you do this, and you have to be very careful to make perfect, right to A, that you're optimizing correctly. Now for the Viking chick, same thing. Let's get her up. I honestly didn't expect to, with this new +9 system, to be able to do 4 heroes at once. But since we can, that's what we're doing. We probably could do a few more, but as you can see, this is going to drop off pretty quickly how many heroes we can augment once we get further into the system, and the amount of and the rune the cost to summon the runes goes up. I would expect for it to basically drop back to just between Christian and Sofia. And in fact, we're already kind of approaching that point. We're pretty close. Okay. And here's my dilemma. I don't know who I would do next. Probably in this case, I would do Daniel next, because I know Daniel's going to be on the team no matter what. However, like, if I had Julian, I might be looking at Julian, or maybe Roderick, or another hero. I mean, I can't go wrong with Daniel, which is why I'm going to do Daniel. But I don't know who I would necessarily do next. I know for sure I would always have the Viking chick on the team, just because of her mechanics. And I know, of course, I'm always going to have Daniel, which is why I don't see this as a problem. Okay, he got it to S, that's nice. And to A, that's also nice. And again, this only needs to go to 6. This only needs to go to 6 too. And same with this, only to 6. Okay, and we will summon some more step 4. At this point, what I'm going to do is I will summon until we get step 5 unlocked and stop. Okay, there's step 5. So we will just use what we have here. I don't expect to get to +9, but that's fine. I don't expect for you to be able to do this many heroes, and again, we're only able to do this many because I'm just starting out in the system. And of course, now we're going to flip back to Sofia. And what Sofia now needs is she needs the attack rune. So we will be doing step 5 summons on her to get more attack runes. And again, we're only taking her attack runes up to +9. And as you can see from the one above her, that one does need to go to +7 so that we can get the uncommon rune track unlocked. So we will be taking this one to +7. Oops, I overdid it. And this one will also just go to +7. Again, because there's runes in front of it. Yeah, it's believe this is an attack rune, so we would want to get this up too. Okay, so we're summoning again to get some more attack runes. And again, you're going to expect a divergence here. Especially because the one is crit damage and one is attack, so you're going to do a lot more summons here. And that's going to leave you with extra crit, and those, and when you need the powder, those would be the ones you use. Okay, let's see. We're getting close. Okay, now we can refine this because it's +9. And it goes right to A, that's good enough. And again, we do need to get this to +7, so we'll go ahead and try. And same with this, we do need to get it to +7 just to continue down the track. And we were much luckier with that one, and we have managed. Now, we have to for sure get these two because those two tracks go forward. Again, I'm pretty sure that that one there is attack, so Sofia would want to get that one. Sofia is the only one where, like, you have to be kind of mindful of what track you're going down. Okay, now it's Christian's turn. And again, we're doing the same thing here. He's just going to summon, and he's going to do, he's going to get both of them to +9. And probably at this stage is where you're going to see the divergence of where we simply can't keep up with doing multiple characters now. Now, we were doing 5 characters, and again, that's just because the system is a lot more generous when you start out. That said, had we gone to +12, we would have dramatically decreased the amount of characters we could have done, and we probably would have only been able to do Sofia and maybe Christian. You know, when you start doing +12, it becomes much harder because for any damage dealers, you want to also +12 all of the crit damage, which is why we are scaling it back and stopping at +9. And again, this is crit chance. It only needs to go to +7. There we go. And we're going to do some more summons. Now in this case, again, I will not go past +9 for the attack. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. We're going to summon. And as you can see, the difference between, you know, step 1 and step 5 is enormous because we're already burning through a lot of the rune seals we've had saved up. Okay, we did open step 6. That's good to know. I kind of went overkill, but again, step 6 is nothing special. Okay, excellent. So we did get this up. So now we can refine this. And now here's where you have another... Really? It didn't refine at all? Alright, game. I hate you too. Alright, again, only up to A. And again, now we would go back to Sofia. And see how she needs to get this up to 7. Now, I would actually say at this point that you shouldn't start summoning to get this, because obviously we have one right here. We're going to need attack runes, so we can go over to Austin. We might have to promote Austin again, so we're going to do that. Oh, Austin, oh, shoot, we need to do some... Yeah, see, this is what... We need to do some here to get some accuracy. And again, I feel like it's better summoning here. There we go. Well, we got really lucky there. Because you can do 3 summons here for every 1 summon of here, so... I don't know if that's mathematically better, but it seems better in my head, so we're going to go with it. It's better. And again, so we're actually going back to Sofia now. And we're summoning step 5 to get 7 to try to get through this. And not getting it. And yes, I know that I could go to step 6. I'm intentionally not doing it because we're simply not going to need that many of the shields. I mean, that much of the defense penetration room. And this is where I really mean that this becomes very strategic in how you have to approach this system. Here we go, we get 7 again. There, see? There we got it. Now, we would go back to Austin. And again, we're just ruining these up for him. Now, it is very possible you may want to do a summon in here. It sort of depends on how many characters you're trying to do. I am doing kind of an extreme... But again, the purpose of this is to show you how efficient you can be with this system. So as you can see, we still didn't get enough for Austin, so he would still need to summon this anyways. And now you can see how we're running out of runes. And there. He did get it. And again, we're just going to refine till we get to A. There we go. All you need. Don't get hung up on trying to get to S, because you're going to need to redo these. Oh, I didn't even refine these back here. Come on. I really wish this refining system was better, too. I feel like it shouldn't be able to go down as much. Like, it should have positive momentum forward and not just be, well, random between 1 and 1,000. This is, there we go. Whoops, that was, I meant to refine. Well, we just, okay. So they're A, all the way down. And let's see what runes we have over here. Now, we did get some of these for Sofia, so we can go ahead and start doing this for Sofia. And again, the 2-star common summon is a great summon because you're only going to get the attack runes that you need. So that's a great, what I would consider a great time to move up. And yes, we don't have any runes because we've only been summoning down here. And let's go back to Christian. Now, it is interesting that we have used up more of the defense penetration runes than the accuracy runes. But that's about all we can do now, so hopefully this made it more clear. So the key takeaways are, you want to rune up to +9. Once you're +9, refine it, A or better. Don't get hung up on trying to get S, because you're going to dismantle a bunch of runes. If you're only going to +9, you should have a lot more characters you can rune as you go. And that simply makes it better, because you're spreading the runes around. That said, that's about it. I can't really get into too much more detail than that. So, once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. If you have any questions, please say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions, and I will do my best to answer you. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.